Hey, TVs, this is Psychic Bob. I tell you, autumn is here, and I'm bringing out my autumn jewelry. I have jewelry for different seasons. I don't know, maybe I'm weird. Do you guys do that? Anyways, check out this pendant. I dug this out of my jewelry box. This is one of my old vintage owls from the 1970s. Isn't that cool? He's got little amber eyes, I think they're topaz, golden topaz, little jewels inset. I have a lot of fun. My mom, who I just, as you know, visited a few days ago, she was really into owls. And I grew up with a house full of owls. And I guess, your past just sometimes influences you. And these days I find myself collecting owls. So I'm having fun with my owl pendant. Here we are at autumn, okay? Well, you guys are awesome. I want to say thank you to all of you who came out to yesterday's video on reincarnation. I had a really great time. You guys put so many wonderful ideas and comments and shared your thoughts. And tomorrow on Wednesday, we're going to have part 2 of that series on reincarnation. So make sure to be here. Thank you to all of you who came out. If you didn't see yesterday's video, definitely check that out. It's in the queue right before this video, okay? So anyways, I'd love you to see that and hear your thoughts on it. Well, it's Tuesday, and you know what that means. It's time for messages from the spirit world. Here we are. Letters have been coming in. You guys are wonderful. Thank you for all the kind letters. For those of you who are new here, I'm just a lone man operation. So I get hundreds of letters a week, and I hope you'll forgive me if I don't actually sit down and write to everybody personally. It's kind of beyond my scope. But I do want you to know I do read the letters, and I do try to reach out to people when I can. And I thank you for your patience. So know that Psychic Bob isn't ignoring you or forgetting you. I'm just simply overwhelmed by the volume of mail, and I do appreciate it so very much. Well, we're going to go through some letters today here. And oh, by the way, for those of you who are new, you're saying, well, how do we get on messages from the spirit world? What you can do is put your question, your psychic question, in the info box below on this video, or you can write to me at my email at readings@robert-hickman.com. Little hyphen between Robert and Hickman. I'll put the link below. And you can send me an email there. Also visit my website, robert-hickman.com. You can read more about me there as well. Well, thanks for being here. Now, before we get into the letters, let's all just take a minute. Everybody just settle down. Let's just close our eyes for a moment and attune to the spirit world. Okay. I hear my guide Fletcher back here. He sends his greetings. All right, our first letter today is from Brandy Eckert. Hi, Brandy. Brandy writes, hi, Psychic Bob. She writes, I am curious of what you see around my spiritual development. Thank you so much for anything you can offer. I greatly appreciate you taking the time to do this. Yeah. Brandy, right now while I'm walking into your frequency, I see light around people. I get a lot of purple light here and a lot of white light around you. And it's literally like streaming. I'm getting like literally rays of light coming down into you. This tells me that you've been working with your crown chakra. Your crown chakra is the chakra. It's a psychic energy portal at the top of your head. You've been calling down power. And this means that you are tuning to channeling energy. And I do feel around you that you have the gift of being a channel. I keep feeling like, particularly over this last year, it's like you've really been opening to spirit. And you've been calling down power literally from on high. And I see you really, from a psychic place, you're really handling it. You're able to channel, you're drawing in the power. I keep getting a lot of orange light also that's flashing around you. This tends to mean artistic energy. I feel like your channeling could take the form of, for example, like channeling images like people's spirit guides or maybe their past lives. But I do feel like they are trying to give you impressions, images, ideas, and I would encourage you to capture those. Maybe keep a little notepad with you and etch down what you receive. Fletcher keeps showing me, he says they channel around you. It's like 24 hours a day. You're getting stuff. That may be a little crazy. So you can tell them, slow it down. I'm listening, okay? Because I think in your case, your guides are so excited to work with you that they just keep saying, we'll give her more, we'll give her more. And what you want to do is slow that down maybe just a little bit and capture what you're receiving. You might see faces, you might just hear names, you might get images out of history. But these are all being given to you because I do see in the coming months you working with people. It's like you're going to see their past lives, you're going to see their spirit guides. And I just really feel like you're at a place where a lot of psychic doors are opening. And I encourage you to be open to that, okay? So definitely, purple light, white light, orange, these are your colors. And I do get a name also around you. Oh, that's interesting. This is one of Brad Johnson's guides, Adronis. I don't know if you've ever worked with Adronis, but I literally am picking him up like around you, Adronis. So you might want to talk to Brad about that. But Adronis seems to be one of the people who's helping you with your channeling, okay? Hope that helps. Blessings to you. Thanks for writing. All right. Our next letter is from Aphrodita. Aphrodita writes, says, hello, Bob. Can you tell me about one of my past lives that is relevant to this current life? And also, was I part of Atlantis or Lemuria? Thank you. Hugs. Hi, Aphrodita. I keep seeing images here of silent film around you. I feel this is a flashback to a previous life. I do believe you had a life in the 1920s/1930s. You were part of the silent film era, the early days of Hollywood. And I feel this is relevant to your current life because you're carrying over an artist theme. Now, you may not actually work in movies, but I do feel like you will have a connection to the entertainment industry. And I feel like for you, I want to say, definitely be open to anything in the creative arts, film, stage productions, painting, anything where you're expressing and creating visual imagery. This is where I see a lot of blessing for you, and I do feel that you're bringing over the energy from the 1920s, 1930s film industry. So that is very relevant. In regards to Atlantis or Lemuria, I keep getting Lemuria around you. I do feel like it was in Lemuria that you accessed your intuition. I feel like you were very gifted. You were very much a channel in Lemuria. It's interesting, the Lemurians had a history where they literally, some of them were in spirit form and then they took on incarnation. And some of the Lemurians, they temporarily forgot their spiritual connection, similar to the Atlanteans in that way. But the Lemurians, it wasn't harder for them to reconnect. They were always more fluid. And I felt like you were a channel to help people reconnect to their spiritual connections. And I still feel that that's a theme in your life currently. So I would encourage you to explore channeling, explore intuition, also explore film industry, okay? All right, hope that helps. Blessings to you. All right, let's see. Our next letter is from Horror Beauty FX. Hello, Horror Beauty FX. You're a longtime viewer here. Thank you for your letter. Dear Bob, they write, Dear Bob, I took a job in film this past January. Will this job lead to more opportunities in the film industry for me? Do my guides have anything to say to me? Yeah. Well, first of all, in regards to that job, I get a lot of golden light around that. Golden light is the light that means like you will shine, you will prosper, people will be drawn to you. So I feel like you're working in that industry is actually very good for you. It's perfect timing. So do I see that going somewhere, US? Yes, I do see you expanding your experience. I want you to watch. It's around March of this upcoming year, March of 2017. I see travel during that time. There may be an opportunity for you to travel overseas. It's almost like I'm being drawn to like Nepal or India, somewhere in that region. And I feel like you may work on a film that has kind of a documentary aspect to it. Could even be a docudrama. But it's a very good opportunity. And I feel like you get to really test out your skills and you get given greater responsibility. And I do feel like over the next like 2 to 3 years here, I see you really growing. I see more travel, and I do feel the film industry is actually going to be a long-term career option for you. I see you going on to actually being a director. So I do feel that you will eventually kind of run your own projects, your own films, and I would encourage you to keep doing that. Blue light around you tells me you're a communicator. I kind of feel like Spirit wants you to start writing scripts, or writing processes, of how you might start a project. I keep seeing you like creating and people saying, this is really brilliant. Can we use this? Let's run with it. So in your current job, I think they're going to give you a lot more chances to explore your creativity, and this is why I think you should stay with it. I also see more money also coming in the new year for you. So you're going to get that, excuse me, the literal tangible signs that you're on the right path. You have to forgive me, I'm having allergies a little bit today. Thank you for writing. All right, our next letter is Jody Runyon. Hi, Jody. Jody writes, Dear Bob, I saw you on Brad Johnson's show. Yeah, thank you. I love that. For those of you who didn't see that, check in the queue. It was last week. I was on Brad Johnson's show. I'll put the link below for that. So yes, yeah, I did that show. It was great. So glad you were on his show. I would love a reading from you. Much love, Jody. Hi, Jody. Thank you so much. Hon, when I step into your frequency, I get around you a lot of blue light. I get purple light. I get white light. What this means energetically is that you're really opening to your higher self now. I really feel that this upcoming year, 2017, is very much a year of transition for you. Blue light means networking in your case. It's a sky blue. That means you're going to be meeting a lot of people. And I wouldn't be surprised if in 2017 there's a career change for you. You have a little bit of royal blue in the R, which tends to indicate greater leadership, promotion, advancement. So I do feel like you're going to have, even if you don't leave where you are, you'll have a chance for opportunity there. But it's interesting, you have a lot of purple around you as well, which for me, that means psychically that you're also, like our person before you, you're opening to spirit and you're doing some channeling here. So I want you to be listening to the voices of the angels. I keep getting the name John or Jonathan around you, and I think this is the name of one of your spirit guides. But he comes through when I'm stepping into that purple light around you. So you definitely have a lot of spiritual connectivity happening, and it's only going to get more. You've got a lot of white also, which tells me in the new year there's some more transition for you as well. It's like you're coming into your higher self. And I wouldn't be at all surprised if from January forward that you start making some major life changes, such as you may change your career. I almost feel there's a physical move coming for you as well. But I do see blessing around you, and I think the new year is a time of great joy and a lot of new beginnings. Okay, so just roll with it and be blessed. Thanks for writing. All right, let's see. Our next letter is from Jason Florence. Hello, Jason. Bob, greetings. I am new to your channel. Can you tell me about any of my past lives or who my spirit guides are? Thank you. You're amazing. Blessings. Thank you. You're amazing, Jason. Okay. I'm getting around you here two different guides. One is a Native American spirit guide. I keep getting the name Black Hawk. And I feel this Blackhawk Indian is connected to one of your former lives. They show me that you had a former life. You were in Louisiana. This was in the early 1900s. You were a member of the Spiritualist Church. And you used to actually work with Blackhawk. He was a spirit guide in that life for you. And so he's come back into this life. And to answer questions, because I know I'll get this, people say, well, can spirit guides go lifetime to lifetime with people? Absolutely, yes. And Jason, this is a good case here where you're having that. Black Hawk was with you as a guide in your last life in the early 1900s. You were a medium, actually, in the Spiritualist Church in Louisiana. And he's with you now as a guide again. He's going to be helping you access your psychic abilities, your gifts of clairvoyance. I also get a little bit of trance work around you as well. So I feel you might want to explore trance mediumship or trance channeling, as it's called. I also pick up around you, I'm getting a voice. It sounds like a man talking. I keep hearing it says Tauros, T-O-R-O-S. This is an ascended master I get that's connected to your Atlantean lifetime. You also had a lifetime in ancient Atlantis. So you are an Atlantean reincarnated as well. And Tauros is one of your spirit guides. He was a master teacher, a very elevated soul in Atlantis, and he's around you as well. He keeps pointing to the sky here around you, and I'm seeing like a UFO connection. So I don't know if you've done any exploration in UFO sightings or alien abductions, but it looks like you have a link through your Atlantean life to the UFOs. You may have actually encountered them in that lifetime or had rapport with alien species. But this seems to be important because you are here at this time. And I do believe you will be part of the UFO revelation that's coming. Okay. So spend some meditation and ask Tauros to help you and your other spirit guide, Blackhawk. Okay. Hope that helps. Thank you for writing. All right. Our next letter is Mr. Riddle. Hello, Mr. Riddle. Dear Psychic Bob, he writes, who are my spirit guides? You know, I have to tell you, Mr. Riddle, I get a few different people here around you. I'm getting a guy, he shows himself wrapped in beautiful Roman-style toga, and it's purple. It's got purple on it. It's purple toga. Very high-ranking priest. His name is Flavius, is the name I hear. Flavius, F-L-A-V-I-U-S, Flavius. He was a Roman priest. I hear him say that he was a priest of the goddess Isis. And I believe actually this may tie into one of your former lives. I believe you were a devotee of the goddess. And he was one of your teachers. Flavius is around you because he says he's reconnecting you with your inner self. What's interesting is I feel like you've crossed through a period here of great growth. There's a lot of light around you, a clear white and blue light, which is like it's like a new birth, a new beginning. And so Flavius is asking me to tell you that he's working with you now as a guide. Okay? So he's around you. I also pick up another guide. This is actually a guide that I know. One of my spirit guides, his name is Alfred. And I hear his voice talking. And he's asking me to tell you, he said, I would like to work with him. I would like to work with him. So he's somebody who's coming in new into your world, but his name is Alfred. I actually channel Alfred, and you might enjoy seeing some of my seance videos if you haven't seen those. But Alfred is asking me he wants to work with you. He keeps talking to me about, he says, I'm helping him to walk forward. And I get the sense it's like you're starting a new path or a new journey here. So you're getting a lot of blessings from the spirit world. And Alfred is asking me to tell you, he says, tell him that I understand the struggle. He says you've crossed through a period of mourning, a period of grief. It's like you've had to let go of a lot of things. And Alfred says, he says, tell him everything he lets go of, I'm helping him to gain new blessings. So there's nothing that you're actually losing, What you're losing are things that have limited you. And Alfred wants to work with you to help you with that. I also get some names here. I'm just hearing shouted out around you. I get an S name around you in spirit. It's like I want to say like a Steve or a Steven here in spirit. And I feel like he's just coming in to let you know that he's guiding you. I don't quite know where to place him. He may be a relative of yours, but I just hear the name Steven, and he says it as if he's very familiar with you. So I just get this name around you in spirit. But he says, tell him I'm helping. Tell him I'm helping. I get the sense around him that he's been in spirit for a while. He seems to have died young. But even though he died young, I get a sense around that he has a lot of wisdom from the spirit world now. And it's like he's kind of being a guardian. He's like, tell him not to look back. Don't go back. I'm pushing him. I just heard all your guides are talking. I got them all going. So they're all saying, we're here. We're his team. So you got a team in spirit around you, sir. And I'm very excited about that. I feel very good. So Flavius is your guide. Okay. He was a priest of Isis in ancient Rome. And you also have Alfred around you. And this other guide who may be a relative, Steven. Steven, it's an S name. I don't know if I got that right, but hopefully you can look at that. Okay. Anyways, Spirit's leading. Keep walking forward, they say. Thanks for writing. Well, guys, listen, that's all the time I've got for letters. I'm so glad you're here. Listen, keep it here at Spirit Channel. Be part of our crew here. Hit subscribe. We'd love you to be here. And if you enjoyed this video, like it, please. Favorite. Share it with your friends. Let's get out the word about Spirit Channel. I'm so glad you're here, and I hope you'll stay. But again, hit subscribe. Be part of our scene. We'll be back here tomorrow on Wednesday with our video, part 2 on reincarnation. So you want to see that. Blessings to you all. Good day.